New emperors emerge and the mystery man finally makes his appearance. One Piece chapter 1052. Oh my god. Oda, I wanna suck. No, I'm playing. Alright, Oda, Jesus, I did not expect that. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. 10 out of 10 chapter. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, bro, because like we have a lot to unpack here. We have a lot of information from this chapter to unpack. We start off the chapter with the god Osei, and they're saying Nika has finally emerged and 2 emperors have fallen. This timing could not be any worse. Like, they are shook a little bit. Like, what's gonna happen to, like, the state of the world right now? Then they're saying, Ayo, someone's pretty smart. You're still keeping the borders closed. This pretty much means Wano is impenetrable. We can't get into it. And then they're also talking about Zunisha somehow instant transmissioning to the fog. I don't know how that boy moved so quick, but I guess he did. Then they say we can still have Nico Robin brought to us, right? And they said, yeah, we can. But that's really interesting. And we also have, obviously, some ships saying, someone's hijacking our signal. It says, stay where you are. I'm on my way. So, this could link in with the end of a chapter, is what I'm putting together. But it also could be someone else. But from what I know now, this is Green Bull from the end of a chapter. I'm going to say it now, so I don't think anybody watches the recap like that. But I assume this is Green Bull just pulling up, saying, hey, stay where you are. I'm on my way. Then we go back to Wano, and this is the very interesting part. There's so much shit thrown in your face within this chapter, and this is where it sort of all starts. It says, you know, it's Hawkins and Drake. Obviously, I assume this is somehow after their battle, but we're obviously getting it now. You know, they're like both fucked up. Hawkins' arm is cut, Drake's on the floor. It looks like, hey, one of them's gonna die. It looks like Drake might actually be the 1% man gonna die. But no, he isn't. He's like, you look like hell. And he's like, I thought those precious cards of yours said Kaido will keep you safe. I thought you were gonna win. Sort of trash talking Hawkins a little bit. Hawkins was mentioning, you know, when he saw Kid fight for his life, and even if he did foresee this victory, do you think he'll go crawling back to him? He's like, no. And Drake's obviously flashing back saying, hey, yo, 1%, your chances of living, not very good. But it's weird. The manga did it in a certain way. It says chances of 1%, and it didn't really say who. And it says, when you're foretelling the future about the man, you were talking about yourself. And obviously, instead of saying that, Hawkins cuts him off and says, it was me. And he just, on there, falls. Hawkins is dead. One of the supernovas has finally died. Dead. Hawkins gone. Which is insane. I don't know if anyone foresaw this. If someone has, let me know. Like, if you guys actually foresaw this happening, I'm interested. For me, this was a shock. I'm just like, what the fuck? Hawkins is dead? Which I'm a little bit... I'm not like the hugest fan on Hawkins, but to seeing him die, I'm just like, damn, my characters are gonna take it out like this, bro. Not like this, bro. It's painful. You know, we always complain about deaths in One Piece, like them not happening, but when they happen, I'm just like, oh, the please. Oh, the bliss, you feel me? And then we obviously go back 7 days, and they're talking about Momonosuke, saying don't take that on decorations, there's gonna be another banquet. So I was saying in my reaction, go check that out if you haven't already, that I assume Luffy and Zoro are still sleeping, and they're gonna have another festival soon, so as soon as they wake up, that's gonna happen. And then the coolest part here is that, you know, they're in the kids in a history lesson, they're saying, hey, yo, isn't Sensei coming back? They're like, no, we're gonna have to restart your history lessons. We're gonna teach you the real history. First lesson will be about Kosuke Oden. Love to see it. It really shows how everything within Wano is sort of, you know, starting to build back up again. All of this fake political shit, like all the fake history the kids have learned pretty much gone. We're going to start learning the proper stuff. Beautiful. I love Wano's really changing now already. Like, it's phenomenal, yo. The kids are happy. Obviously, they're drinking everyone in the town. Then they're talking about how Hiyori was obviously Komurasaki. Talking about someone was watching her, was obviously Kuroshio. And there was a touch on Kawamatsu protecting her too. All good stuff. You really love to see everything, you know, building up again in Wano, like I said. And the coolest part here, they say, oh, does anyone know who the warrior took down Kaido? It's just like, yeah, apparently it's a warrior named Joy Boy. So by the looks of it, it says, you know, they're not going to say Monkey D. Luffy there. They're just titling him Joy Boy, what's interesting. So I wonder how that's going to get out to the government, if they're going to be like, shit, Nika, Joy Boy. We know it's Luffy pretty much. Wild here. And they say they no longer think he's in the country. So I don't know why they said that. I don't know if they're like hiding the fact Luffy did this, and I don't know why they're saying he's no longer in the country, which is interesting. And then we go to the graves, eternal graves of Ringo. We have Kawamatsu, we have Kinemon sitting down. They said we're going to build a new shrine and be overlooking the flower capital, just like the god of the blade, Ryuma. And then they say here we'll finally put Oden Sama to rest, and then his allies starting Yasui Dono and ending with Ashura and Izo. Ashura and Izo are actually dead. And I expected Ashura Doji to be dead. Everyone was saying last chapter, Ashura isn't there. But then obviously people telling me Izo isn't there either. I'm like, Izo's not dead. Izo can't be dead. It makes sense if Ashura died, just do a fucking explosion. Izo too, yo? Why you do this, bro? I'm starting to love Izo. And Izo scenes in anime I love as well. Like, goddamn, depressing. But oh, the 3 deaths in a chapter, 3 deaths within a few pages. Wild shit. Like, kind of, like, yo, this should be kind of crazy. Marco comes and he's just like, hey, yo, this feels kind of painful, you know? It's like, I feel like I'm sort of being left by myself again. I'm just like, you know? I hate to see it. And then obviously, like, Yamato, like, she said, I'm hungry. We get to that a little bit later. She said, I'm not hungry. And then obviously Hiro, you say, brother, you have to hear this. Luffy and Zoro are finally woken up. She drop kicks Momo. She's just so happy. I love seeing the family dynamics here. Luffy, Zoro up, meat, booze. They want the food, yo. They want all the good shit. So that's beautiful here. And then Momo happy. They sort of look at Momo. They're like, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that guy? You feel me? He's just like, hey, yo, Momo. And the funny thing, Zoro is just like, I'm pretty sure Zoro says, this looks like you got Odin's blood. Or one of them say you got Odin's blood. Let me take a crack at you, yo. Beautiful, though. Then Momo, he can't get away with this shit no more. I was thinking like he did the shit with Nami, but he looks at, he goes on Nami's chest. He's just like, hey, yo, Nami, save me. She punches him away. He said, but I'm still 8 years old. Brooke and Sanji just like, hey, yo, welcome to adulthood, yo. We can't be doing those things on One Piece. Yamato gives him a head pat, you know, puts a plate on him. It looks like a head pat, but she actually put a plate on him, saying he's still a child, though. So that's funny. But it's gonna really like just the end of post-arc stuff where you just get all the funny interactions. So that's beautiful. And it's good. So we actually did skip a week, obviously, like I said earlier. And we have obviously Luffy and Zoro waking up after a week, which is a lot less than what I expected. A lot of people saying it could be a few weeks. I was expecting a week to 2 weeks. So it's good we time skipped a week a little bit. And I guess this is how we're skipping, you know, the recovery process if everyone doing something. So it's good we've done that. Beautiful. Honestly, this is beautiful. And then Yamato obviously talking about, oh, she said she swore not to eat because her vigil ended, and that's when you obviously make a prayer and you swear you're not going to do anything. So she swore not to eat or bath until they wake up. And Luffy's just like, thanks, yo. And then Zoro's just like, I'm surprised we're not dirty ourselves. And then Hyo's just like, hey, yo, because I was in charge of washing you. She washing Daddy Zoro's back. I ain't saying that, by the way. That's her daddy, not like Zoro my daddy too, but like, y'all feel me. Then he's remembering like what Sanji said to him in his beautiful scenes, like, if the dust settles along myself, I want you to put me down. He's like, oh yeah, I must have returned from hell. The king of hell returned from hell to promise to kill you. So now we have to question, what was that Zoro stuff with the Grim Reaper? I guess like this was personifying how much Zoro went through and how much like he was on the brink of death. So I guess that really what it was with the Grim Reaper. Then we go to the bath, and obviously Kiku and Yamato are talking about like something about baths, and we get Zoro, Luffy, Brook, Jinbei, Momo, and by the way, Momo built, bro. Momo got like the muscles and shit already, like crazy. And then we have Yamato and Chopper, but Yamato, I'm gonna need Toei to hurry up with this pacing, like get that Yamato bath scene. That's what I'm gonna need, yo. That's what I'm gonna need. No play, though. Beautiful, though. Love to see it. Banquet's being held. I assume next chapter, they say it's happening today, so that'll be sometime later. Time to celebrate the return of the Kozuki clan. Then we go to the port finally. We see Law ship, Kid ship, and the Sunny. Frankie says they're good to sell, and General Frankie is good too. And then obviously you got Kid and Beppo just like, and the Kid's just like, hey, yo, don't get too buddy-buddy with them, yo. We can't let our guards down till we get safely back at sea. They're saying with the Emperor's gone, we're going to have the biggest targets on our back because obviously we took down the Emperors, so who's the next one to go for? Obviously the people who took down the Emperors, the next generation here, right? And Law obviously being the smart one, he's just like, that's true. We're in a closed country, but it doesn't mean they can't find out. Someone's obviously going to snitch. And Beppo says a certain thing, and I'm just like getting hyped at this point in my reaction. He's like, do you think the captain's bounty will, you know, go up a little bit? And he's just like, they might raise it to unthinkable amount. And I'm just like, yo, what are they gonna raise it to? And then Apu comes, he's just like, oh, you're right, it leaked. How could this be possible? And he's like, if you're so curious about the bounties, you want to take a peek? And we're gonna wait the next chapter, bro. But I'm so fucking hyped. I am so hyped to see these chapters. See the bounties next episode. Should I do like, let me know if you guys want a bounty prediction thing before next chapter, so we can sort of get this out of the way. It's like your updated names, your updated bounties even, and the names of those who've been newly dubbed as Emperors of the Sea. Yo, so this is my biggest question here. It's either, so obviously Luffy, Law, and Kid, new Emperors. But now you beg the question, so Big Mom, Kaido are gone. Blackbeard and Shanks are still here. You can't really, you know, get rid of them. So are you telling me Luffy, I think Luffy's obviously going to be an emperor. Does that mean Luffy still counts as like the 5th emperor over here? So I don't know what's going on here. You feel me? Like, is there 5 in this case? That's like the problem here. You feel me? Like, what's going on? Like, how's this going to work out? So obviously Luffy's going to get it, but Kid and Law also going to get it. Unless like they fuck Kid in the process, or they're going to be like, I actually don't like Kid, y'all. Move aside, Law. emperor, the drippiest emperor there is. Beautiful. And then we have the biggest thing in the chapter. If you guys think that stuff wasn't big before, we get someone flying in the sky with a flower. With a flower. Keep in mind on the theories a few years ago. He's like, tell me your exact position. And he said, as I said, Sakazuki-san. Be more specific, Sakazuki says. He says, I can see Wano head. He's in the clouds. He says, you're not to do anything unnecessary. I can't pronounce the name properly, but he says, understood. Green Ball. I'm gonna say Green Ball because I suck at pronouncing the actual name. But Green Ball's finally here. He has a flower on his back. The helicopter. So I guess the plant fruit, which a lot of people were speculating a few years ago with the, he's Green Ball, makes sense a little bit. And it's just like, what's gonna happen now? What's he gonna do? Now, this is really reminding me of Frodo Park, what Admiral brought up. He says you're not to do anything unnecessary. So I guess he's not allowed to wage in sort of conflict. Or is he just gonna scout? Like, that's what... I don't know. Or, okay, we have more theories. Is he just gonna go there to get Robin? What's going on, bro? Next chapter is about to be insane. Oh my god, I can't wrap my head around this. Oh, I'm losing my mind. I'm actually losing my mind. Wow. So much information this chapter. We have 3 deaths. Hawkins, Kiku, Ashura, all dead. Confirmed. And it's just insane. But we don't actually know if Hawkins is dead. Like, Oda could cuck us again. Like, it showed Hawkins sort of dying, but, maybe that percent didn't actually count. So, beautiful. And then we obviously got the news of the Emperors, Luffy, Law, and Kid, I assume, and new bounties coming next chapter, too. And then we obviously have to see if Yamato joins the crew, and Green Ball is in Wano. That much in a chapter. My brain can't take this. Now, what happens next? What happens next chapter? I really do think it's going to end on a really big cliffhanger. Almost. And another thing I'm really interested about is if Oda's still doing the axe. Because Oda only usually goes back to, the government when it comes to axe. But I don't know. Like, so I saw a lot of theories saying maybe Oda just dropped the axe thing. But I feel like he's in too deep to just go like, nah, never mind. Dope, though. I have so much on my mind with the bounties from Green Ball to the Emperors. It's just, I can't really wrap my head around this. I'm guessing the next chapter is going to be a fairly long one. I didn't really count the pages in this. I can't be fucked to count the pages if I'm honest, but I assume it's like 17-ish. So if we get like a 20-something page chapter next week and we wrap up Wano, we're going to have a lot of information next week. We're going to have a lot of information. This chapter took a longer time to come out. Thanks to TCB for like trying their best though, like honestly. And I don't blame them. Like, look how much information you guys had in this. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Beautiful though. I really think we're going into like a really big turning point within One Piece now. Oda is really serious about finishing the series. As you can see here, he's sort of like getting the Yonko, Kid, Law, Luffy ready for new generation. We have Shanks and Teach. I do think Shanks is going to show up within the next few chapters, whether that's after the break or whether that's next chapter. I don't read spoilers, so if you guys, want to stay tuned for the reactions, spoiler free, obviously I won't know anything. Sub to the channel, trying to get to 10k. Any subs your boy would appreciate. Like the video, gets it on algorithm, really helps your boy out a little bit so the digital reviews can actually be branched out to more people. Join the Discord, we can talk about it there. Follow me on Twitter so you guys can see my fanboy tweets and maybe some theories. And yeah, let me know if you guys want to see a bounty prediction thing. Maybe I'll try and like read someone out and we can collab there before next week and I can hopefully drop it. But really getting into the thick things of One Piece now, the beautiful stuff. I really want to get more of my thoughts out, but it's so hard. So I need to wrap around that. Maybe we'll do it before next reaction, next stream. But beautiful though. If you guys enjoyed, like and sub, like I said. Join the Discord, follow the Twitter and all that. And I'll see you next time. Leave a comment too and like the video. Like I said, it helps your boy out. Sensei, out.